Welcome everyone, Tracy Repchuk here. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be talking about the three-step formula for automated income, and it revolves around the concept of list building and landing pages. So the steps are, the first thing you want to do is create, connect, and convert. All right, so we're going to go through these. But before I do, I just want to take 1 second to talk about the why of the landing page. I mean, when you have the ability to create a community of people that know, like, trust, and ultimately buy from you, that's where your power is going to reside. So a landing page is that one page where all you do is ask for one thing, the name and the email address of the visitor in exchange for a free gift. And here's why I am so excited about a landing page. It's because this particular device 8 years ago changed my life. The very first mentor I invested in, I paid him $5,500 to teach me how to create a landing page. And then I was at the workshop and he said, put the landing page up. And I was like, no, I don't have anything to sell. And he said, doesn't matter. Just put it up and make sure every single week you give them something, some tip of some sort, right? So I do. I put this website up and then I start on the next phase of my journey, which was to create a book called 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing Miracles. And so while I'm creating this book and putting together the pieces of internet marketing, the step-by-step sequence, because it drove me crazy. It was like the Wild West. There was no sequence to this. And I announced that, hey, you know what? On Friday, April 13th, I'm going to launch my book and I'm going to be a bestseller. And I put it out there. I was so vulnerable. But here was where the magic began. And that was I went to my list who I had only been giving tips to for the last 3 months. And I said to them, hey, I'm going to be launching my book on Friday, April 13th. And if you get a copy of it, I'm going to give you $600 worth of free gifts. Well, lo and behold, when I went into that landing page and into my list, I had over 3,000 people in there. And that was the reason that I went #1 on Amazon the day that I launched, because I was at ground zero. Nobody knew me. I had no friends. I had no JV partners. I couldn't go out and reach out to people and say, hey, can you help me? There was no social media. There was no Facebook promo and all of these things. They didn't exist at that time. And so it was that list that became my defining catalyst to everything that came after that. Because 4 years later, when I sat on the top of Amazon, top 4% of Amazon for that long, Wiley Publishing then came to me and bought the rights to the book and relaunched it. And that's when I went #1 internationally in Canada, US, and the UK in the same week. And it all started with the landing page. From that, people approached me when I had launched my self-published version way back in 2007 and said, can you coach me through the book? And my answer was, yes, I can. So I was charging $8,500 to coach people through the book. And it was a program called Entrepreneur in Overdrive. And I had made over 6 figures in the first few months of being online. And as a result of that, I was awarded New Internet Marketing Success of the Year from the World Internet Summit. This was the largest organization in the world for internet marketing. And they flew me, all expenses paid, from California to Singapore to appear in my very first stage in front of 3,400 people. I became a rock star, an instant rock star. And from that moment, I started to get booked with Success Resources, who represented Tony Robbins and T. Harv Eker at that time. I got booked by the World Internet Summit, and I got booked by many other organizations, and I started to travel the world. And I've spoken in over 35 countries in just a few years. And even better is my family got to travel around the world with me while I did that. And it was all because of that landing page. And from there, I then started to appear in TV and media all over North America for my products and services. And so it was the catalyst that changed everything for me. And that's why I love landing pages so much. So here's what I want to talk about first, and that is, how do you create one of these things? There's a lot of ways that you're going to see. You can go to, there's all these tools now. Hey, just get lead pages or click funnels or optimize press and all of these little things that give you a quickie landing page. But for me, a landing page is a piece of your brand. And so I'm going to show you kind of how to put this together from a level that represents you professionally, as opposed to just this slap up thing that a lot of people seem to be doing right now. But before you build that landing page, one of the things you have to know is your customer. Who are they? Are they a man or a woman? And what is their age category? Those are the two things you need to know. Here's why you need to know that. You need to know what is their primary pain point, because that's the thing you're going to solve. That's the domain name you're going to get. That's the gift you're going to give. That's the pain points you're going to create. Everything revolves around the knowingness of the customer. And if you don't know that, the page that you will end up creating will just sit there flat and dead. It won't attract, it won't engage, it won't enlighten, it won't educate, and that will be it. So you need to know your customer, because you need to create this free gift title, right? What's it going to be called? You want it to be called something that's going to penetrate. And these are just examples of gifts that I've created for my clients and being able to help them to launch. And so you need to know, what are you going to call this so that it makes the impact that you want. So here's kind of the layout and structure now of what I will call a branded landing page, which means it professionally matches your branded master website. Okay, so you'll notice one thing is the domain name. Okay, this can be either SEO based, search engine optimized. In this case, it is topcomedianspeaker.com for Jim Meskimen here. Okay, so the other route is a fast, peppy little domain name that is part of your promise. Okay, so if you look at my domain name for my landing page, it's fastactionresults.com. All right, and that is something people remember. So those are the two ways you can name these things. And then you want to ask for their name and their email address. Okay, you want to provide them with that free gift that matches the pain that you're going to resolve. You want to have your picture or a video, okay, so that people know you're real and know you're not some scammer. You want to have the branded banner. So that means it's got your logo with your unique selling proposition type of concept. It's got your target market, okay, and this is the target market here. Then you've got your target line, okay, so that's the line that's kind of attracting the target audience, okay. Then you've got your headline. Here you're talking about the pieces that is on their mind that you're going to resolve with your free gift. And then you've got the promise or the solution. By them downloading this gift, here's how you can achieve the above, okay? Then you've got the pain points underneath the picture, okay? So here is where you see the premise is, if they're not impressed with your logo and your brand, if they're not impressed with the headline, if they're not impressed with the free gift title, and they're not impressed with your picture or video, then here's where we have another shot at engaging them. And this is in the pain points. And this is where they're going to see whether you understand them or not. And so here, has anything ever happened to you that made you say, why me? Do you ever feel like you just don't measure up or have what it takes? When life's opportunities present themselves, have you found yourself saying things like, I'm too old or too short or not small enough or disabled. And then, of course, then you go into your segue. And in this case, Drew's segue is, I know exactly how you feel, because one day I was a healthy 10-year-old, and the next day I woke up blind and 90% deaf. And that's what happened to Drew. And so you're sitting there thinking, God, my life, isn't that bad off when you're meeting people like Drew, who is one of my motivational and inspirational speakers. And so here's where you want to relate to them just one more time, and make sure that you engage and connect so that they will give you their name and their email address. Because this is all about creating a tribe, because we can't kind of communicate to everybody on the internet. There's billions of people out there. So we want to just pull in a few people that want exactly what we have. All right, so once you've done that, where do you want to send them after? There's 4 places you can go. So the first one is just that autoresponder default, okay? And it just comes up and it just says, oh, go check your email and confirm, and we'll send you your gift type of thing. It's pretty well nothing. Then you have a thank you page. This is a page that you would have to create, and it simply says, thank you for, opting in. Go check your email and whitelist us and make sure your gift has arrived. And if it hasn't, go check spam, that type of thing. Okay. The third one is the one that I'd like to build, and it's called the thank you download page, which means we're giving the gift, and then we're also directing them on their next call to action. What do we want them to do next? Do you want them to book a discovery or strategy session with you? Do you want them to go to your master website? Do you want them to maybe buy a low-cost product, fill out a survey? Whatever you want them to do next is sitting there as well, okay? And then the ultimate scenario where it goes sales landing page to sales page. Now, those sales pages take a lot of time to create, and I recommend that you build that in like a phase 3 of your business, where now you've already got a product that has proven to make money. Then you pull it out of your master site and you give it its own kind of space by building a separate sales page for it. Then step 2 is to connect. All right. So here's the whole deal with the landing page. It is the location where you drive all of your traffic. When you do a Twitter campaign, or you're talking over on Twitter, you're saying, hey, thanks very much for connecting with me. Go get my free report. Over on LinkedIn, hey, it's, thanks for connecting with me. If you need to find out how your brand, websites, and social media work together, head over to fastactionresults.com and go get my report. Same with Facebook. Same with YouTube. Every single video, my end line is sending them to my landing page. Pinterest, if I post something up on Pinterest, I've also got my fast action results. Same with Google+, same with Instagram. And when I'm on a teleseminar or webinar, if there is no sales opportunity, then I am making sure that I'm driving them to my landing page. All your activities should be solely focused. If you are not doing that, if they are not coming directly into your funnel and you're capturing them so that you can create a relationship with them, so that you can have the 7 touch points that it takes on average to make a sale, so that you can track and monitor your campaigns, then you're wasting your time, quite frankly. If you're sending them to your master site, they're going to bounce in and out, and you didn't know who they were, what they were looking for, did they find what they were looking for, are they interested in you, did they have any questions? Nothing. The relationship ended and it's over, because chances of them coming back are pretty slim. Or they would have stuck around and perhaps looked for a way to get in touch with you. They've gone to the next flower. They're like honeybees, floating from site to site. So we lost them. This is why it's so important to drive everything to that one location. Then step 3, it's time to convert them. Well, we've got this system that is absolutely magical, really. The advent of an autoresponder system, which is that piece of software, whether you're using a Weber or MailChimp or GetResponse or Infusionsoft, this is the ability for you to control the communication that goes out to them. This helps them to be educated, enlightened, and to build a relationship with you in baby bite-sized chunks, the way that people can consume things nowadays. That's why commercials are 30 seconds. That's our attention span. That's why emails have to be written the way that they are. So that boom, out goes an email. Hey, welcome. Thanks very much. Go get your free gift. Email number 2 goes out. Hey, Joe, so cool that you're in my community. Did you have any questions? How would you like to have a discovery call? Go here and fill out the form. Little things like this is all you're doing is touch pointing them and letting them know that you care and building that relationship. This is the gold mine. When you hear that people have made money while they slept, this is the reason why and how. So once you've done the creation of the landing page, you've connected, you have put together your strategy to drive all traffic to that landing page, and then you're converting by making sure that your emails are optimally written so that they are engaged, then now you have that magic formula to make money while you sleep. You have money on autopilot. And so what I wanted to do here was take a couple of minutes just to tell you about something that I have that you might be able to take advantage of today. I wrote a system called Recurring Riches for Life, and it was a very high-level coaching program. We met like every week practically, and I would review their landing pages, their sales pages, their copywriting, their autoresponders, their traffic mechanisms, their social media, all of it. Everything was getting monitored by me, okay? And it was a group coaching program. And so afterwards, I realized that I needed to put a structure in place that was streamlined so that they could learn things like niche and keywords, okay, how to put that all together. So they could learn how to do blogs and landing pages. So they could know how to do autoresponders and copywriting, know how to do membership sites and create the lessons for that, and how to make that sticky, how to put together a sales page, and how to do articles, press releases, and teleseminars. And then I spoke with, and I realized that I wanted you to have all of this, okay? And normally, the price for this entire system was $3,500. But I realized the other day that I actually have no product under $1,000. And so it was making the barrier to entry to work with me or to get to know me high. And so I wanted to do something about that. So I came up with this one-time offer for this entire system for $497. And then, I was talking with Dave and I said, okay, let's set this up for one-time offer of $497. And he said, can you do any better than that? And I said, well, it's $500 and it's an absolute bargain for this thing. It's huge. I mean, honestly, wait till you get in there and see it. It's absolutely enormous. And he said, but we don't have an entry-level product. And I thought, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I don't have time to build another entry-level product. And so for a very limited time offer, and you're going to see possibly the counter if you're at a website right now, but for a very limited time, it's not going to be $497. All right. Here's what it's going to be. And so grab this quick. $49. That's the price. It's not every month. It is not for a year. It is it. You go in, it's all yours. You get to have access to this. You see, even though I was teaching the landing page, it's not enough. I can't just have you teach the landing page, because if you're not driving traffic to it, if you're not driving social media, if you're not understanding how to build those autoresponders and put the copywriting together, if you're not understanding everything that goes around it, I've only delivered a small part of a solution and I've left you high and dry, and that's not what I wanted to do. So I wanted to make this absolutely the craziest price that I could come up with. And so here's how you get this special price. You go to internetsuccessmastery.com, and then when you're logging out, when you're checking out, I want you to put in ISM promo. Okay, that will get you this $49 deal. And so I want you to go now, internetsuccessmastery.com, just like it says over on the box there, and then put in the promo code ISM for Internet Success Mastery, and promo, the word promo, all in caps, and you're going to get this entire system for $49. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it there, but this is the special that I have going on for this moment as you're watching. So congratulations for being here. And once again, I look forward to having you get to know me better, to connect with me, to have you successfully put together your online foundation, and for us to continue our journey together. So internetsuccessmastery.com / just internetsuccessmastery.com, and then ISM promo will get you a $49 deal. I'll see you on the inside, and I look forward to talking to you soon.